My name is Gitanjali. I'm an artist as well as an art facilitator at Artville Academy, Bangalore. Today's session is all about pencil drawing. We will understand the methods and materials used in pencil drawing. We will start with understanding the different materials that we can use, from pencils to blending tools to the kind of paper that we can use for a pencil drawing. After which, we will move on to understanding the different methods that we can use in a pencil drawing, which will include shading techniques and composition techniques. So we're going to start with shading today, and we'll understand what our pencils do, what the different pencils that we have do. Our shading pencils come in different grades. So for example, we have a HB pencil, and we have the B range of pencils. So basically H and B stand for hard and black, and as the number goes higher in the B range, for example 2B, 3B, 4B, 5B, 6B or 8B, the pencil gets darker and it gets softer. So let's see what kind of tones these pencils give. So to begin with a HB, it's the best pencil to draw, to give outlines for our drawing and to sketch out ideas. So that's our HB pencil that gives us a neutral tone, which is ideal for sketching and drawing out our basic sketch. And let's see what the rest of the pencils do. So for example, we have our 2B pencil, which gives a pretty light tone. We have our 3B, we have our 4B, we have 5B. So as we use a higher grade of pencil, we notice that the tone gets darker. And that's our 8B, which is the darkest. So these are our different tones, and this helps us to capture light and shadow in our artworks and to capture all the tonal values that we see, let it be on an object, on a person, a landscape, anything that we are drawing. One basic exercise is to understand it with a very basic shape, that's a circle. So when we start off with drawing, it's important to understand our basic shapes. Everything that we see around us can be broken down to simple shapes and forms. So when we try to capture something in our drawing, we are constantly trying to make it 3D. So light and shadow really helps us to make it 3D. I'm using my HB pencil to start with a drawing and sketching out a circle. It's important to be free with our lines. Rather than being restricted to a shape that we are drawing. So how do we use these different tones and these pencils on the circle to turn it into a 3D form, that's a sphere? So we start that by understanding a light source. So let's consider we have a light source coming from this left hand side. So we also need to understand where the light hits on the object. So it could be directly on the object, it could be behind, it could be in the front. So let's say it hits quite directly on the object, and let's mark out our tones. So when we have light falling from one side, we have something called the highlight that can be marked out with a simple oval or a small space, a small white highlight. It's basically direct reflection of light on the object which creates that white space or a highlight. And as we go ahead, we can capture tones, we can capture darker tones. So for example, if light is falling on the left hand side, we have a highlight reflecting on the object uh, where the light hits, and as the light uh, goes far away, we have shadows falling on the object. So let's capture that with different pencils. So this can be done with either one pencil or multiple pencils. So I'm starting off with a 2B pencil to understand, to start building tones. We'll learn the different shading techniques as a next step. So the first step is to just understand how to capture tones and build these tonal values to make your object look 3D. It's always good to build tones from light to dark and not directly go for dark tones. So after capturing a basic light tone, we can build our tonal values. And for this, we can use a 6B or an 8B. A softer pencil would be better. So if we have light falling from the left hand side, our shadows would fall on the opposite side of the object. It's also important to shade according to the shape of the object. For example, here we have a circle and I'm shading along the edges and in the direction of the lines. And I can also use my kneadable eraser in the end to dab off a nice highlight. So as the next step, it's important to understand how to capture a shadow. So probably the ball is sitting on a surface. So based on that, based on the surface, if it's straight, if it's smooth, based on the texture, or texture of the surface, we can capture a shadow. So and the shadow usually falls directly opposite to the light that is falling on the object itself. So in this case, we would have if we have a light source here, we would have a shadow falling on the opposite side. And our shadow is usually pretty dark. It also takes the tonal value of the surface. But the first step to capture would be a really dark tone. As and when a shadow falls on the surface, it forms a really dark tone, and depending on how much light is falling on the object, the shadow can be dark, or it can also be light, or it can also be a gradation that is dark to light. So that's our basic shape and how we can add tonal values to turn it into a 3D form, in this case a sphere. So we can do this again with either just one pencil or even different pencils. Each and every pencil can give us different tonal values. So for example, this is an 8B, and the more pressure I apply on this, I would get a dark tone. And when I lessen the pressure on the pencil, I can get a light tone. So this can be done with all our pencils. For example, here we have a 3B. When I apply less pressure, I get a light tone. And when I apply more pressure, I get a dark tone. But the dark tone is much different from that of a higher grade pencil. So here it's an 8B and here we have a 3B. So let's move on to understanding different shading techniques. So there are different ways in which you can capture your tones. So we can start off with, let's say, hatching. So hatching is done with lots of lines. Or cross hatching, in which we overlap two directions of lines, and this adds more tonal values to our shading. We have stippling. In which we can use just dots. And we have smooth shading. So in smooth shading, we capture tones in a circular motion or in ovals. So this is for us to get a really smooth surface
The more pressure we add, we can get a darker tone. In the smooth shading technique, it's important to go with smaller strokes of shading rather than large strokes. So this ensures a neat coverage of tones. So unlike stippling or hatching, our smooth shading gives a really nice neat surface.
So this brings us to the end of this module in pencil drawing, in which we understood how to use different shading pencils to understand tonal values and light and shadow. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and thank you for watching.